Buona domenica, everyone. Hope you're having a great day and welcome to You, Me, and Sicily. Surprise, we're coming to you live. We come to you live every once in a while because we know that you guys want to see us upfront and impromptu and unedited and, that kind of stuff. And we're also here to answer any of your questions. So first, a big welcome back to Al Zapla, who just came back from Boston after being home for 2 weeks. Yes, he's tired. Yes, he's cranky. So we're in for a good show.
She didn't even let me take off my coat. Okay, I still have my underwear on from 2 days ago and my coat. No, seriously, it's glad to be back. You have no idea how intoxicating it is for me, energy-wise, to come back to this place after
Even
being
though
in the
you're
States
exhausted.
for 2 weeks, which is a nice place to be. But I'm glad I came back here. I don't mind telling you, this is just the weather's been beautiful. It's a little bit chilly today, but it's sunny, and it's November.
I
Okay,
was walking around in shorts a couple of days ago. Imagine that.
my law partner has been on the beach, Massimo Grimaldi, every day up until yesterday, correct?
Yeah.
He
Okay.
has never been on the beach
In November?
in the middle of November before. So that's a
been
new it's a
unusually-
big issue of discussion, the weather here, that's for sure.
It's been unseasonably warm and we'll take it. Trust me. The other thing is Etna is erupting big time. There's actual lava flow into the southeast crater. So that's affecting things a little bit. It's cloudy. And later on, I'll show you guys our view and also some of the clouds coming from Etna. So, but not to, going to the States. And I'm going to go on Sunday to visit family. And it's really kind of like this balancing act for us, because we both love Sicily. We both love the lifestyle here. We both feel much, how do I want to say it? Much more
At home.
Here, even though I'm not Sicilian. But there is that pull with the family and friends, and not so much the stuff that we miss, because I would venture to say that we don't miss too much, maybe a few foods here and there. But there's also always that pull that we have family there. And so it's always good to go home. And we go home about twice a week, and I'll be there for maybe 16, 17 days. So I'm looking forward to that, visiting with my mom, my sisters, and my niece, and all my good friends. So it's a balancing act. And I know there's some expats watching here too, and I'd be interested to hear how you guys manage sort of that pull from the United States and our love for living here in Sicily.
Esther, the political situation there is much different than the political situation is for here. Over there, it was all about what's happening in Israel and Hamas and all this other stuff. Over here, I've checked three newspapers twice over the last 2 days. You could find little tiny articles about what's going on in Israel. Over here, it's 100% about the migration problem in Italy from North Africa. Okay, just today, a boat. They had to rescue a whole bunch more people. I think there was several 100,000 that have been coming into the country so far this year. They're actually ahead of the curve.
Far more
Far
than
more
before.
than they were.
It is.
So this is like the 500-pound gorilla in Italy, as opposed to the other world stories.
I mean, the other war is making headlines, and about the major news bill. Actually, both wars are making headlines, but when you come to more Sicily newspapers, they're focused on that. But still, the headline are the two wars. But notwithstanding that,
let me say something, okay? I hate to say this, but from Boston and all the big suburbs, suburban cities, the cities rather, they're having all these protests. I feel safer here in Sicily than I do back in the United States, especially driving through Boston and me seeing what I saw in terms of some of these universities or groups, activists or whatever, having stuff over here. I feel safe in Sicily.
So this has been also a busy few days, because we had San Martino yesterday. That was a great festival where we had chestnuts and sausage and vino. And then we had All Saints and All Souls Day. So November is a great month. And like we said, the weather is holding up. So it's kind of nice. And also we had Veterans Day. So thank you to all the veterans who are watching here. So it's been a great few months.
I noticed the panettone and pandora are
Yeah.
already out, huh? The pandora, those are the big cakes, the Christmas cakes. And I think I even saw some in the United States, but not nearly to the extent that you see them here, where every place has pallets and pallets of them. Later on, as we get into December, we're gonna, we'll do another shopping thing for you to show you how many panettone and pandoros are available over here. That's for, it's a lot different than it is in the States.
The other thing, talk about, panettone. We have an Amazon shop. Actually, it's not our products. It's the products that we curated. We took the best of the best available in the United States and we put it into our Amazon
Wait a
shop.
minute. The best of the best available in Sicily, not the United States.
No, that ship, yes,
Oh,
in
that-
the United
That
States.
are already
that are in
in
thank
country
you.
in the United States.
Thank you.
Right.
That are available. And these are Sicilian products and also some products that we use. So there's plenty of panettone in there. There's Pandora. There's also pistachio cream and pesto. There's also
Oils,
olive oils and cheese and sea salt and all types of things. So that's on our Amazon. If you go to Amazon, actually, if you put in You, Me, and Sicily, it'll bring you to our shop. And we spent some time really thinking about curating some of these things. So, we make maybe 20 to 50 cents every product you make, but it's really, this is just another service for you guys. So, people always say, what olive oil should I get when I'm in the United States? Very easy. We always say Partana, Asaro. I put some of his products over there as well. As you know, Fiascanato. Barbera, I put a few Barbera.
Francesco Cutera, see? We have three oils that are very good oils.
Olive oils. And those are olive oils that we use. There are our friends and so forth. Fiascanato, the panettone. We did a whole video on making panettone. So Fiascanato is over there too. There's the Oro, the golden standard of pistachio pesto, and also crema. And so some of those products. So anyway, so someone was asking me, where can you find
marmalade,
honey? Where can you find? I even put some coffee makers and also a juicer over there.
And coffee as well, right?
And some coffee
and
as
coffee
well.
too. So we have about almost 40 products. So they're available for immediate shipment. The price is normal price. I think if you have Amazon Prime, am I wrong saying they have free shipping?
Yeah, probably.
So check that out and become a regular shopper. You support us 2-3% of the sale price we get, allegedly. We've never received a penny yet. But anyways, we're going to try it. We like it. Esther likes to do it.
Well, I'd like to do it as a service for you guys. So you guys ask me what to buy, what products are, or what labels are good, and I put them in there. I want to say hello to Tody because this is so cute. He joined us on a couple days or a day in October on our October tour, and he's a musician, and he gave us this CD, and we love listening to your CD.
The jazz
Actually,
very
good. We very much enjoyed meeting you guys in October, so we really appreciate it. We've actually been great with the music. Al came back with several CDs. Yes, we bought a CD player.
50 CDs.
50 CDs. Then we had a few here, and then when I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna bring my CD book home, which has a great collection as well. But imagine that we have the CDs back. So that's that.
Somebody called me old school for using CDs. I mean, I remember vinyl records. I remember 8 tracks. I remember, many different forms. I even remember 78 RPMs, which my mother had records. All her operas were 78 RPMs. Here I have CDs, and I'm still behind technology-wise by about 4 different.
Do they work? They
all work perfectly.
Perfect. That's all we want to know. Helen is here. Yesterday in Canada and the British Empire, we celebrated Remembrance Day for those serving our country in all wars. In Sicily, there's a cemetery for Canadians fallen in World War II. Thanks for the caretakers, and thanks again to all who have served, for sure. Ciao, Michelle and Joe. Good to see you guys. Good to see Jody and Jim. And Paul is back in Castellamare del Golfo. I saw you went to Erice and I saw you went to Scopello, I believe. So great. Hey, Paul, what are you doing for New Year's Eve? Message me.
What are we doing for New Year's Eve?
We're going to have
We're going
a
to
good time
Talmina again.
with Tom and Karen.
Tommy and
And looks like Jen and Mike, maybe.
Jen, Mike.
And our dear friend Stefania is here.
Stefania, gioia di mio cuore. Te amo molto. Hey, listen to me, Esther, before you go on. There's a big hot rumor that we're going to do a Carnival tour.
Good. Thank you for reminding me. Stefania just finished that, and it is on our website.
When is that?
www.sicily.com, February 4th to 14th. If you decide to stay later, we could all have Valentine's Day together. Who knows? But it's a great time. We used to have a Carnivale when we, many, many years ago. We started at 2017. We had Carnivale. And let me just set this scene up for you. It's not 2017. So it's not cold. It's not hot. The weather tends to be pretty perfect. Maybe in the evening gets a little bit cooler. Carnivale, Mardi Gras in Aceriale. Great outdoor party. There's floats. There's all types of
Crispellis.
No, costumes. There's costumes and all types of masks. It's very, very fun. There's music. Shaka is the oldest, and the biggest one is in Aceriale. So it's a great time to be had by all. And then there's also San Agata happening on the 4th. We're not going to go down to the San Agata, but there will be some events in downtown Catania. So it may be just worth coming. So there's going to be 2 festivals that we're going to be attending. There's going to be stuff around San Agata and also Aceriale. Of course, we're going to go to the Sicilian Cart Museum. Siracusa, Ortigia, Taormina, all of those. So,
hey, I want to thank Jimmy Ingram. Jimmy had my watch repaired. I have a Swiss Army watch that has been passed down to me from some folks. He had it fixed to me and he sent it to me. Jimmy, it works great. I used it the whole time I was in the States. So it's a great watch. Thank you very much for taking care of it. I appreciate it. And I want to tell you something else. This is funny, Jimmy. Because you weren't here, I had to go to Demoulas Market and buy 1 can of cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving because they don't sell cranberry sauce here. You know that. So hurry up and come back so we can go to SIG together.
I think he'll be back in February.
Good.
Ciao. Those are all the foods I'm going to get when we are there in November, December, starting to pack as I'm. Oh, Sherry, Josh, want to hear the funniest thing? Oh, Sherry, I hope you don't mind I tell this story. So the last video, whoops, excuse the little wind. The last video, I took you guys to my hairdresser to get my haircut. And Sherry wrote to me about something about my haircut. To make a long story short, she's going to be coming here, and I've made an appointment for her for either December 12th or 14th to get her haircut.
I really like Esther's haircut. This is the exact length I like. And of course, it's very windy today. That's why I have a coat on.
Well, this just came sort of out of nowhere.
What?
This wind.
Yeah, maybe it'll stop. I don't know. With Etna, you never can tell. When she blows, it sends a blast of wind over here. This is
definitely it because I can hear. I just heard.
We have to worry about the big super volcano in Iceland. Have you guys heard about that? 1,000 earthquakes the last 2 weeks. They've declared it a state of emergency. So what happens with these volcanoes? When one of them trips, it goes right down the line, country to country. I swear to God, I've seen it many times. And maybe she's angry today because of what's happening up in Iceland. I'm not sure, but I think
What's the name of the wine provider where you can order the Sicilian wines? We use Terra Constantino, and if you message me, I'll send you the link to that as well.
Wait a minute, there's someplace else too.
Oh,
what's the
oh my gosh.
Thank
Winesfromitaly.com.
Winesfromitaly.com has the greatest
collection. That's right.
They have a huge selection. There are good sponsors. There are friends. He sent me a hat that I only wear on very special occasions.
I know that's
Wine from Italy.com. calm.
Yumi in Sicily is
Free
the
shipping on
code.
$200, over $200. Free shipping.
He's actually got a really good collection of wines. We actually featured
Sparkling wines for
we
the
featured
holidays.
some of those wines. Viriato has a great sparkling, also great rosé. So that's the Firiato. Jody had a great time with us in Carnevale.
I love Jody. I miss Jody. I haven't seen her for so long. I'm telling you
Believe
right
me.
now.
Do you know what she's doing? She's taking Italian.
She's taking Italian.
She's taking daily
Did you know that
Italian.
our friend Anthony Campanella, who moved here from Massachusetts, where is he in Anthony? Was it
Down in Avila.
down,
Avila
right,
area.
okay.
He's from
He did a
Pietraperzia.
video on his farm today, all in Italian. I don't know if you guys have watched it. For those of you who
I was
laughing. It's
I
kind of
was-
funny.
I
a great
found the
guy, my
store
dear friend.
on your Yumi and Sicily homepage. Awesome. So if you go to
Dr. Rosemary, how are you?
www.yumiandsicily.com. Paul. Oh, Paul's having okay. Linda Love says hello from our new home in Trabia.
Trabia.
Wow, Trabia.
Trabia?
Yeah, Trabia is supposed to be where spaghetti was invented. Did
Where
you know
is that place? Have I been there?
Trabia, yeah, we've been down there, down now. I believe it's in the province of Palermo. That's down up north, if I can remember correctly.
Sometime this winter, we're making a road trip to the West Coast. Somebody wants us to do something in Shaka. So Esther and I got to go for 3-4 days, and we're going to go into the innards of the Badlands to show you people what the Badlands are like. Well, where they will shoot Shaka, and we're going to shoot this one area we haven't touched yet. And this winter is when we're going to go over there. I love that area.
Okay. I want to visit Sicily, but my 18-year-old daughter said, be careful with the mafia. Do you want to take that?
Yeah, I could take that.
Wait.
I'm not going to talk about the mafia in depth, Esther.
Wait a second.
But you don't think there's mafia in the United States? There's more mafia in the United States than there is here. I guarantee you that much.
This is not the mafia of the movies.
You've got the cartels in the United States owning everybody, the politicians on down. You've got those, what's the name of that drug that everybody's taking, turns them into zombies?
Chef forever.
You don't see that stuff over here.
No.
Are there drug addicts in Sicily? The answer is yes, but it's like a very small, infinitesimal percentage of people that are doing that. For heaven's sakes, you can't even buy marijuana.
Can I just address this issue?
Yeah, sure,
so here's the whole thing. Movies like The Godfather, Soprano, and all the other ones that portrayed the mafia, sure, that existed here. But this is a far different world than the movies and Hollywood portrayed. Today's mafia has evolved. They're completely different. Yes, they do exist. Yes, there's still issues, extortion, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure you guys have seen the big arrest that was made in Palermo and the Gambino family in New York just recently. But it's a different type. It's not a violent. You're far safer here. Trust me. The other thing, before I continue, Gambino, okay? Because we like to use the Gambino brothers, they're a good friend of ours, as one of the vineyards. And yes, their last name is Gambino. Because their mother's maiden name is Gambino. And do you know, listen to this story, when they went to a distributor in the United States, with the last name, this must have been, 10 years ago, because we've known them 10 years. The guy said, I can't sell your wine because your last name is Gambino. Change the name of your wine. And the brothers, Francesco, they got up and said, are you kidding me? This is my mother's maiden name. We're keeping it Gambino. So good for them. So that's just an aside.
It's only one of the most active vineyards in the whole East Coast.
So Chef Forever, I beg you, come to Sicily, especially if you're Sicilian, but even if you're not, come to Sicily. You will fall in love with it. There are the little things that we have issues, like every country, every state, every city has their issues, but really it's an outdoor museum. There's so much to do. You can be on the beach one day in an old city, in a rough spot, in an outdoor market, at a fish market, a robust, all types of things. So come to Sicily. That's all.
Esther, when I was in the States for 13 days this time, I did not have a single Italian meal or product, with the exception of pizza. I bought 8 cannolo. I bought 8 cannolo from a family get-together. cannoli, excuse me, one canola, two canolas, a bunch of cannoli, excuse me. I bought ricotta cannoli, which were from Piero's Bakery in Methuen, Massachusetts. These two boys, they're from descendants of immigrants from Sicily who've been in the bakery business for I don't know how long, 50 years. The best canola I've ever had is at Piero's Bakery.
The best
in
over
Methuen.
there, not from
I
here.
could put their canola up with anybody. I got to be honest with
Okay.
you.
Did you hear? Yes.
Right.
They are going to have direct flights from JFK to Sicily starting in June. Yes, and it's called Aeolian. No, Aeolian. There is. I just saw this on my feed. Someone just sent me an article about that, and it's going to start around June. So flights from JFK to Palermo direct. That is a very good. Thank you, Neos, not Neolian. Neos Airline. That's it, and it's going to be not every day, but they're going to do something like New York to Palermo Monday and Wednesday, and then Palermo to New York Thursday, Friday, just as an example. So it's not going to be
full.
a very
Full
regular thing.
for sure.
Yes.
That'll be full. I have to make a recommendation. Okay, people says, what airline do you recommend coming here? There's the main ways that you can get here: United, American, etc. For me, I'm a Delta airline guy. Okay. It's comfortable. That A330 Airbus is a magnificent vehicle. It's fast. I made it here yesterday in 7 hours and 1 minute from Boston. When you go back, you have to add on a couple hours because of the headwind. But I was telling Esther this morning because I had first class, business class thing. The meal I had, I wanted a vegetarian meal, so they gave me 8 raviolis. And when I opened it up, it says raviolis, right? They were some of the best ravioli I ever had in my life.
That's crazy.
They were crunchy on the outside with ricotta on the inside. They served it with we had prosecco. I'm telling you right now, they're really
Delta.
working hard to please their clients.
That's good to hear. Let me
Yep.
tell you. Nice to see Candace. Candace came with us, not this last October, but the October before with 2 beautiful people and also the priest. So it's nice to see you. Alfio, Bedu, Chow, nice to see Alfio over here. Let's see.
There's a lot of our friends here today, guys, huh?
Nice to know because that's the airport we take from New Jersey. Come, Chef Forever. I like that. Do you have a YouTube channel? I like that name. Ed, very much. Let's see what other. I made a few lists that I have to talk
while
about.
she's looking for lists. I getting back to the airlines. I had to catch the Italia Airlines, the ones that bought Alitalia. I had to take them from Catania to Rome. And let me tell you one thing about the Rome airport. It is spectacular. It is absolutely spectacular to just behold. The shopping that you could do over there is just blows me away. And while I'm mentioning it, for those of you who haven't flown Logan, Terminal E, they doubled the size of it recently, and there's many more duty-free shops.
Yeah, I love Rome Airport.
No, I'm talking about in Boston, Logan International Airport. That place looks like a European airport facility now. They've done a great job.
Expanded.
Massport's done a good job over there.
Nick said, well said on the concerns regarding the mafia stereotype. Sicily is very disappointing to me personally. You know, and I have to say that people say, oh, we want to do a Godfather tour. I'm like, oh, we include some of the towns where the Godfather filmed because we love those towns. For example, Savoca. So stereotypes, but they happen.
Esther, as an attorney in Massachusetts, I was stereotyped my whole life. Zappola, Sicilian. I even used to drive a mafia car. I mean, not a mafia car, a Lincoln Continental, right? So I heard it my whole life. Over here, nobody talks about the mafia. We're going in and out right now. I hope we'll be okay.
We'll be fine, I
Yeah.
think. Okay.
What
I
else
mean, it is, let's be real, Al. It's in the papers a lot. Mafia busted, but they're busted for things like extortion,
tax evasion
for tax evasion, for
primarily?
white collar types of things. But they do, the anti-mafia movement is very strong, very big here. And like Sergio Mattarella, the president of the republic, he always says, mafia is like a cancer. We have to cure it. We have to work hard to get rid of it. And so it exists in a white collar, again, white collar. And, the other day I just saw something on La Sicilia or one of the local newspapers about car parts and selling car parts. It's like everyday crime that happens everywhere, by the way.
When you land at Fontana Rossa Airport in Catania, and you're walking from the plane to your baggage to pick up your bags, they have put up the most breathtaking murals and pictures of the Borsellino and Falcone assassination that you ought to wait a few minutes because your bags won't be there in any case. Observe and read and look at those pictures that are just they're stunning.
And
they're
stunning.
I've never
seen the Mafia Museum opened up in Palermo, and they actually have the explosion that killed him and several others in May 23, 1993. They actually have the car in that museum, and a lot of memories and a lot of articles and things having to do that. Wait, let me do this. Paul wants to know any other suggestions for day trips from Castellamare.
Ooh,
Paul,
so
have you been to San Vito Lo Capo? Have you been to Capaci? Have you been to what's the town I'm thinking of? Custonaci, not Capaci. Custonaci, beautiful. That's the marble capital over there on the West Coast. That's a great day trip. How about Menfi by the coast? How about Shaka? What do you think, Paul?
Trapani, the flats.
Trapani.
Mazzara del Vallo.
Yeah.
There's many places that you can go.
From
Or
day
you can
trips
go
from
north.
Castellamare.
If you go north, you can go into the beautiful towns around Palermo. Bagheria is one of my favorite. If you make a right over there, you can go to Campo Felice di Rocella. You can go to Cefalù. You can go to Castelbuono. Man, I'll tell you what, it's just ripe and full of life, vitality, and history. How's that sound?
All right. Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony.
Love Sicily. We just finished our road trip from Catania to Palermo. What is your favorite place to visit? Anthony, that is like the toughest question.
What is your favorite place?
Okay, from Catania, I'm not gonna. There's no favorites. I like each one of them for different reasons.
I like the drive from Catania to Palermo on the A19, where you get to see the length and the breadth of this magnificent island paradise, with the rolling hills, the citrus, and as you get closer to Palermo, there. It's just breathtaking to behold. That was my most impressionable thing, was taking that drive for the first time over 23 years ago.
Yeah, and I remember, and also stopping in little non-touristy towns. Every town has such a character. Every town has such a personality, something different to offer. So I'm sorry, I can't answer that. Pat Galfano, nice to see you. She just returned from
Where?
From Milan, it looks like. Is it better to fly into Palermo or Catania Airport, or is there any real difference in the way a price being closer to the best location to visit? I would just say, Ed, whatever, depends on what side of the country you want to visit. If you want to do the East Coast, obviously you want to fly into Catania. People have also done that. They fly in Catania, do the East Coast, and do the West Coast and fly out of Palermo. It's really just what you want to do and see. It's a very personal decision, I would say.
They're both good. We prefer Catania because it's close to our house. Right? Yeah. Anything else?
Okay, wait a second. Let me see here. We're going to take a few more questions. Let me see what Paul said. I've driven on almost the coast. Absolutely magnificent. It's a beautiful drive. Absolutely. So I love every single aspect, not only of the drive, because you think about it, in the United States, you go from one town to another, and it's like, okay. Here, it's like driving. It's like a virtual movie.
You know what a great town is? What you were talking about. If you guys haven't been to Castelbuono, that's up by past Sheffalo a little bit. You have to go up a corkscrew road to get up on top. This time of the year is when the porcini mushrooms are out. So that's like the porcini capital of the world. That also has great, as you know, great panettone and pandoros over there and good restaurants. But they also have a
Beautiful.
magnificent museum there that was a snapshot of the Ventimiglia family. Remember that?
You mean a castle?
The castle is just spectacular, and they have the finest collection, in my view, of the Sicilian marionettes, going all the way up to 5 or 6 feet. They're huge, they're expensive.
And how about that chapel?
The chapel will just take your breath away. Okay,
beautiful chapel.
You can see a good snapshot of what it was like during the 17th and 18th centuries in Sicily.
And of course, we have a video from there, so check it out.
It's just a great place. I love that place.
I love this. Thank you, Sherry, for sharing this. My sister and I have traveled to Sicily and Italy and have gone walking at night, and our whole stay was so safe. Even riding the bus, we felt safe everywhere we went.
The train system is great.
It's
not like the United States of America where you have bums throwing people in the freaking tracks. Over here, the stations, I'm telling you right now, the Catania station, the Giardini Naxos station, they are works of art. They're clean, they're efficient. Generally speaking, the trains are the life. Decide not to take a car. They'll go public transportation from big city to big city. So don't be afraid to take the trains or the buses for that matter.
Oh, the drive, Paul, the drive to Erice. Holy molars. Yes, Vince Fiascanar is from Castelbuono. We actually last year went into their factory and showed you step by step how they make panettone. And we may do something very similar this year.
That's just a great place. I really like it.
And their panettones are delicious. Or the doggies. The doggies.
We have a dog that's downstairs, our neighbor. He's about 4 inches tall.
And there's a new one down here too.
Oh, really? He's about 4 inches tall, and he's a baby. As soon as mommy and daddy leave, he starts to cry. So that's what that was. We have a new dog downstairs.
New baby dog, yeah.
Oh,
I haven't told you that.
Just what I like to hear, dogs.
All right, you know what I'm making for dinner? Since it's Sunday, you guys want to guess? Leave a comment. What do you guys think I'm going to make? Sunday.
And the fact that it's San Martino.
Hint, 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 hint. Yes, sausage and something green. Right now is the period that's starting to get all the wild greens. You can make them all different ways, but I like to parboil them and then olive oil and a little bit of garlic. It's fantastic.
Let me just tell one quick story. I'm allowed, when you fly first class or business class, you're allowed 2 suitcases free. Okay. So I decided to fill up one whole suitcase with our Yumi and Sicily t-shirts and stuff like that. T-shirts and long sleeve tees and so forth to give out to all our vendors and our friends in Sicily. And today at Poco, where you saw Esther do a video just a few weeks ago with Simona and her brother, etc., we gave them each, the 3 people that work there, a Yumi and Sicily t-shirt.
They were so excited.
They were incredulous.
They were like, my God, you didn't have to.
It was great. So I can hardly wait this week. Her and I got to go out and we're going to give our friends at the residence. And Roberto, I have to get one for Roberto.
Oh, yeah.
And friends from the bus company. All our friends, because I want to give it to them. They work so hard for us. It's unbelievable how hard the people over here work, and we appreciate it. We really do.
Hi, Alfred and Esther. Joe from Toronto, Ontario. Does the mafia still own the political stronghold?
No. What happened was, let me just give you a little bit of a factoid over here. About 4 weeks ago, the last remaining conspirator of the Falcone and Borsellino assassinations died from cancer. He had been on the run for over 30 years. He was captured.
Matteo
Donato Messina was his last name. from Castelvetrano, okay, on the West Coast. He was one of the co-conspirators, and he was basically living, kind of like incognito, they say. But he died, and the other reason he kind of turned himself in because he had cancer, and he figured I might as well get free, free medical, and they arrested him, and he died less than. But that group, the original mafioso, the mafioso of mafioso, the
Of the
capo di
80s.
tutti capo, those
Of the
guys are all
80s.
eviscerated. Mafia 3.0 or Mafia Light are really a bunch of wannabes. Okay, they have, and what they do is in the inner cities of Palermo and Catania, they control different rackets like they do in New York City or Philly or Chicago, of whatever they have. Okay, the tourist places, you're not going to find them. You're going to find uniformed carabinieri. You're going to find police officers all over the streets. Polizia are all over the place. The mafia aren't going to come near. Okay, it's totally safe, especially the small towns. The mafia's not in the small towns like they used to be many, many, many years ago. So that's a page in history we can turn, and we can look towards the future. I'm looking forward to seeing all the little micro businesses that Professor Rosario Faraci at the University of Catania has been tirelessly working on, and we're seeing a lot of progress in Catania with tech companies coming in
also renewable
and hiring
energy.
people,
A lot of renewable energy.
Renewable energy, green energy, AI, computer stuff.
It's a good thing.
And
not AI. I mean, it's a good thing that the business are getting it.
University of Catania, I'm telling you right now, is emerging and as a hub for the development of incubators of new businesses. And I want to thank our good friend who's been on many times, Professor Rosario Faraci,
for spearheading and relentlessly pushing, despite the bureaucracy, despite everything that he has to go through.
He's a hero as far as I'm
listen,
concerned.
Paul, how's your neighbor little boy? Is he still doing good? They actually moved a few months ago, but before they moved,
Tommaso,
much better. Thank you so much for asking.
Yep.
Peter and Jean are here. Nice to see you guys. Never late. Never late. I was just in Munich for Oktoberfest, and big coincidence, my Sicilian cousin was there too from Melbourne, Australia. How fun. We had dinner. That is so fun together in Munich. How coincidental is that? Love it. Love that.
A lot of Italians, a lot of Sicilians.
All over the world, which is a great thing. Yeah. Okay, before we go, I want to show you guys real quick what it looks like at right now. That's view right here.
Still beautiful.
Still gorgeous. Etna, by the way, is over there. So do you see all of that? She's over there. So do you see all those clouds? Those are the clouds coming from there. Oh, did you see my flowers? Some of you guys have been on our deck and have seen those. Those, by the way, are all by my friend Vanessa's father, made those ceramics. So that's a little peek into our little world here. Next week, I'll be in Boston. I'm not sure what we're going to do next week, but that's just about it for the Sunday. For you guys who stuck around, thank you so much for your support. Hope the internet wasn't too bad. Hope the wind wasn't too bad, but we love coming to you guys at least once a month so we can connect.
Lives
and you guys
good.
see
I like lives. It's fun, and we have a lot of friends that love to see us. So, we'll
thank you, Peter.
See,
I even had a
Peter Schipletti. I had dinner with him this last week.
I know him and Jean.
Well.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you on another video of you meet in Sicily. Ciao.
Sabanadiga.
Ciao.